Um,
Uh,
how's Drew doing? Is there a chance he could go tomorrow?
he's doing well. He's day to day. Just taking it one day at a time, kind of seeing how he comes out of it.
And back to the Jaylen foul trouble in the game last night. What's generally your philosophy there? He comes out of the game, I think, with 5 minutes left, five fouls. I know you said last night you got him back there when you wanted him to. Um, letting a guy kind of play through it in that spot late in a game versus, trying to make sure he doesn't foul out. And I know he's trying to get back into the game at one point there. And if there's a long period where, there's no stoppage, using a timeout in that spot, what kind of like all the considerations there?
I mean, every situation is different. You're just, reading what makes the most sense at that particular time. There was two dead balls, but they were both on the defensive end, and so you're not going to put a guy in with five fouls on the defensive end. We called the use it or lose it right before three. That was a chance to do it, but it was a one possession where we were looking for a quick shot because we had gotten the rebound, I think, with like eight or 10 seconds left, and then it was the next possession on a dead ball. So just every situation is different, and you're just kind of assessing it.
John and then Baxter. John, I don't know if we can hear you. Joe, can you hear him?
Mhm.
All right, let's go to Baxter first.
Uh, Joe, I was wondering if you could just, with Drew being out before, and I don't know what his availability will be moving forward, but what does he give you when he is on the court? I guess especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, I mean the intangibles are endless. The mentality that he plays with, the selflessness that he plays with, but the physicality and the toughness, and defensive versatility, his ability to guard different positions, his ability to pressure the basketball, his ability to take tendencies from individual D and just make winning plays, whether it's our offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, screening, another ball handler to have out there versus pressure. And then in transition, he can create, advantages, for others with his screening and his pace.
And that's obviously important during the regular season, but is it more amplified during the course of a playoff series?
I mean, yeah, you always want to have you always want to have your whole team, your players, your most effective players. And so we've grown to have an identity just because of how the season has gone. But with every guy stepping up and doing what it takes to win. But at the same time, you do miss some of that stuff in the playoffs. But and he's played well in the first two games.
John, should we try it again?
Let's try it again. You have me now?
Yes, perfect.
Great. Joe, you talk about the need to win differently all the time. They're really challenging your ability to do that with how they're playing, and you can see the frustration in some of the post game comments last night. Um, how much of that continues in a series where you have limited time to try to learn how to win differently, and how much of it is you have to get back to trying to imposing your will and your style of play?
Yeah, I mean, out of the 93 points, 46 of those came on points off turnovers, offensive rebounds, and free throws. So you just can't be blinded by anything other than the details, and it's very simple. They had, I forget what the breakdown number was. It was like 14 points off second chance points, 19 made free throws, 26 points off turnovers. So, the game is won in the margins. It's won in the trenches of those things, and you have to, fight like hell to win those.
Zach and then Chris.
Kristaps was pretty critical of his own performance when we talked to him last night. After watching the film, what'd you see as some of the reasons for his struggles?
I mean, everyone. I mean, I have to be better, and the guys have to be better, and he does a great job of finding a balance and taking accountability. I don't think it's ever as bad as what you think it is. I thought, he had some good possessions. I thought he got some good looks against some mismatches that he has to make, and but after a game like that, everyone's doing that. I'm doing that. All the players are doing that. It's you just gotta look at the 10 to 15 possessions that you have to get better at, the possessions that I can be better at, and you just get ready for the next one.
Joe, what's your message to the guys when it comes to kind of navigating some of the frustration with the officiating, their level of physicality? Obviously, Jaylen, mentioned after the game they have to fight to get to round two. You guys will. And what's your message in regard to being who you are, but also standing up physically when you have to in this series.
Yeah, 46 points, 26 points in transition, 19 made free throws, 14 points, 15 on second chance points. So, just focusing on the margins and the trenches and the things that go into impacting the game. That's just a little less than half their points, and so you have to win those margins.
So when it comes
Gary,
to a
and
lot of
then,
extra,
sorry, go
sorry,
ahead, Grace.
yeah, when it comes to a lot of the extracurricular type of stuff and things you can't control, your message is just to stick to basically who you guys are and how you win.
I mean, you have to focus on the things that you can control, and I think even though we had an 11-point third quarter, we had like I said, I have to be better in that third quarter in our play calling. We have to be better in executing in the third quarter. Even with that, it still comes down to the details. It still comes down to the trenches, the margins, and you have to cut those 46 points down more. And the physicality and the rebounding, that's a part of it. The physicality and defending without fouling is a part of it, and owning your space and valuing the basketball and turnovers. All those things add up to the physicality and the stuff that we're talking about.
Thank you.
Gary, and then John.
I just want to get your thoughts on Jaylen's quote of saying, "Forget it. We might as well just start boxing to get to the next round." I mean, it's a level of frustration, but it's also a level of kind of like, is that what we're going to have to do here? I want to get your reaction to that. And also, how tough is it to get your players to focus on the margins when they've got three flagrant fouls in the series. All three have taken out your starters. You guys don't have any, and it seems like it's kind of getting to a point where it's borderline reckless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he said it out of necessarily frustration as he did as, kind of the perspective of doing whatever it takes to win. And at the end of the day, that's what the environment calls for is upping the physicality, upping that, and that's what we have to do. And that's what the game calls for. That's what the series calls for, and we just have to be ready to do that.
Chris, do you have one more question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Alrighty.